Hello, this is Canon Chris Palmer here. I've got a finger labyrinth here. It looks a little bit like a maze, but it's different in that there are no wrong turns in a labyrinth. The single path simply goes from the edge and continues on until you get to the very centre. And when you get to the centre, the only option is to turn round and come back the same way that you went in. Labyrinths have been around for hundreds of years, and Christian churches have adopted them. There's a very famous one at a cathedral at Chartres in France. They're kind of pilgrim paths, ways we walk, just like we would any other pilgrimage, in order to go from where we are to a destination, and to do so prayerfully, sometimes with a particular intention, asking God's help or wanting to say thank you to God for something. You can walk a labyrinth simply by, on the way into the labyrinth, asking God to take from you everything that's keeping you from God, everything that's keeping you from your best self. When you get to the very middle of the labyrinth, simply to stop and to pause and to be still, to rest in God's presence. And then as you walk out of the labyrinth again, be aware that you're coming back to your daily life, but as a changed person, because God has touched you. Labyrinths are really easy things to draw. And you can put them on paper, you can mark them out on the floor with masking tape. I've done that in the past in churches. We once in one of my previous parishes mowed one into the church grass. And I'm going to show you a really simple way to make a labyrinth. And you start by drawing a cross and 4 dots onto a piece of paper. And then you simply join up the ends. So you start by joining the top of the cross to the first dot, like this. And then you simply go round, so you join the next dot to the next end, then you join this end round to there, and you keep going round. So there's the next 2 loops. And then the final loop completes the labyrinth. That's the most simple labyrinth there is. But if you start with a slightly more complicated pattern like that, the cross and 4 right angles and the dots, then, and still join the ends in the same way, you get a more complicated pattern. In fact, you get a labyrinth absolutely identical to this one here. So enjoy making labyrinths, but even more enjoy walking them or simply tracing them with your fingers. And as you do so, be aware of your journey with God and the way in which God is touching your life.